The invasion is such a strong start to the third season of Everybody Loves Raymond. This is the first episode of the third season. It's directed by Will Mackenzie, and as always, there will be spoilers from now as I go through the episode chronologically and share some thoughts. And it starts off with Marie coming over to Debra and Ray's house, and she finds out they have termites, and her reaction is just amazing. And they actually have a hotel, but she insists that they should go and stay with Frank and Marie instead. And they end up going, and they're staying in Ray's room. Frank is immediately whinging about things, and then very quickly Marie's not happy either. She wants to watch her program in the front room. She's learning French, and Debra is in there reading. And Debra is not fazed by the TV being on. She's not wanting to move. She doesn't care. But Marie doesn't feel comfortable learning French in front of Debra. So she goes into the kitchen and she explains to Raymond that she finds it very intrusive. So Ray goes through to speak to Debra, and basically she has the response, she thinks reading is intrusive. And Debra gets a bright idea. She's going to show Marie just what intrusive looks like. And basically the episode is Debra and then Ray getting their own back for 2 seasons of Marie and Frank sticking their noses into their lives and causing more problems than those that they solve. And it starts off with Ali coming into the room demanding actually to watch Care Bears while Frank is trying to watch the television, and then they're all eating corn dogs even though it's almost dinner time. And one of my favourite bits in the whole episode is when Marie has just come in from shopping and dinner is already in the oven, and Robert comes out of the kitchen with corn dogs. He's really excited, even though he's not meant to have snacks before dinner, but he has his corn dogs, and he's busted by Marie. And Marie's expression, Robert's response to being caught, I absolutely loved it. And to make it worse, Debra had taken the dinner out of the oven to make the corn dogs. And one of my another favourite moment, is when Debra and Ray are upstairs getting ready for bed. And we find out that Debra has taken the remote for the television. And she tells or admits this to Ray, and she laughs. And she's having so much fun with this. And I love this for 2 reasons. 1, I just love the expression on her face. But 2, we don't really see Debra laughing that much and being that happy. Which sounds really depressing because it makes her seem like she's miserable all the time. But that's not so much the case. It's just that she's not the kind of character who laughs and smiles that much, and it was really lovely to see. However, things do turn around quite quickly because Ray tells her that she should know better. Her parents, or his parents rather, don't know better when they're interfering, but Debra should know. And she says, if I'm sick, it's because your family made me that way. And Ray actually took offence to that, and I don't think he's wrong to take offence to that. It's unusual for Ray to find the negative things Debra says about Frank and Marie to really affect him, but actually I think he was right to go and, he went to then sleep with Robert, which didn't go according to plan, and Robert ended up calling Ray intrusive. So now Ray has decided he wants to join in as well. And I think another moment that I loved is when we're in the kitchen the following morning, and Ray is at the table having breakfast, and Frank goes to go into the fridge, and the entire door for the fridge just comes off. And we learn this is because Ray thought it was a little bit loose, so he decided to help out and try and fix it, just in the way that Frank does over at their house. Marie then comes in frantic because Debra had used bleach on the towels. Debra thought they looked a bit yellow. They were meant to be yellow. And Debra says, we're just trying to help you the way you help us. And for a moment, it seemed like Marie was understanding the situation. And then that quickly went away because she thinks they're trying to help them for all the times that Marie and Frank helped them. She thought it was a kindness that they just weren't very good at. And Marie points out, when we help you, we're actually helping you. So she's completely not getting the message here at all. But quite sweetly, I have to say, Marie said that she can't be mad at Ray and Debra's attempt at helping them if they don't realise that they're not doing it right, or if they don't realise they're not helping in a way that's actually helpful, which I thought was a lovely thought to have. She can't get mad at them if they don't know they're doing wrong, whereas that's not necessarily the thoughts that Debra has. And then Robert decides to have some fun, and he suggests to Marie and Frank that the reason Debra and Ray are not very good at helping is because they haven't been shown enough of what it's like to be helped. And immediately Marie and Frank realise they have to help some more to show them. So Marie is going to help Debra learn to clean better. Frank is going to show Ray how to fix things properly. And everything has just tremendously backfired on Debra and Ray. And I thought it was an absolute delight, and I loved Robert's response to it. And then we end with Frank getting annoyed at Robert because he found the remote in Robert's room where Ray had planted it. So I feel like everybody was in the wrong here. Everybody was getting annoyed at the wrong people, and it was just chaotic, and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was a really brilliant start to the third season, and I also think quite unpredictable as well. And personal highlights, absolutely. Debra being very happy about the whole situation, the fridge door falling off. It was all brilliant. Definitely a really strong episode. The invasion is a solid start to season 3 of Everybody Loves Raymond.